Mike here. Please bear with me as I'm using a Magic Jack for a microphone, my cordless phone here, and trying to use this screen capture software, which will be a little slow, but anyhow, this is going to be one of the most important videos that I put out there. One of the most important. Why? Because I'm calling the EarthQuake, the New Madrid fault line. When I say there, I mean FEMA and the government are playing with the fault line using HAARP. For those like-minded people, you know what HAARP is. It's a high-frequency active auroral research program located in Alaska. Also, this is also in regards to the birds and the fish that are dying in the little town of Beebe, Arkansas, along with a few other towns in Louisiana and in Kentucky. And through the help of my friends, Jenny, thank you very much. She's the scientific end of all this. She subcontracts for the Department of Energy. Also, she subcontracts for the Air Force. Also, she puts together emergency training material for the government in regards to biological, chemical, nuclear attacks. Like I said, she's got 3 master's degrees. Smart gal, smart lady, and she's putting all this together, or at least helping me to put it all together. We've been making phone calls all day, back and forth, trying to put together some pieces here. And also, Christina, thank you very much. You know who you are. I know you sit at home a lot, but you use your time valuably, and you helped out quite a bit today. So I want to thank the 2 of you for helping me out. Anyways, let's get started. Let's just go ahead and jump right into it. The military's been planning national-level exercises for the New Madrid fault line for quite some time now. And here I'm going to pull this up here real quick. Let's see. Excuse me if I stumble a little bit throughout this video. I've got a lot of information to go over. I'm not perfect, so bear with me. Anyways, here we are at FEMA's website, and this was released November the 20th, 2008, speaking of the New Madrid seismic zone catastrophic earthquake planning that's going on. Now, a couple of months ago, FEMA was out in Arkansas studying the fault line. Also, a couple of months ago, the Department of Energy put an APB out on any information pertinent or research pertinent to the New Madrid fault zone. And in other words, they were hoping that their employees would come up with stats, numbers, things of that nature, which they did. And so I find that kind of peculiar. And, when I first heard about the birds dropping in Arkansas, the first thing that popped in my mind was that fault line that's up there. Because I already know that HAARP is very capable of creating an earthquake. And, well, you have the instances where FEMA was FEMA was preparing and had their team out there doing the same drill down in Haiti 1 week prior to the earthquake in Haiti. They were also doing the same thing up in right before 9/11. So, anyways, this video is about me calling this earthquake because the national level exercises are going to take place along the New Madrid fault zone come May of this year. So basically what that's telling me is that they are going to be mobilizing their military equipment all along this fault zone so that when it happens, they're going to have the necessary equipment out there to impose martial law of some sort. You got to think about it, because if we have an earthquake on this fault zone, not only will it disrupt communication, but it's going to disrupt travel. It's almost going to split the majority of the United States from the central to the east coast, past the fault zone. It goes on into the west coast. It's going to be totally disrupted. It's going to be a lot of chaos, okay? And we know how these New World Order people work, the Illuminati. We know how they work. They're also keen on numbers. So keep an eye out for January the 11th of this year. I'm not sure what type of event we may be looking at, but that is one of their favorite numbers, 11, along with 33 and everything else. So, but I'm calling this right before May or right after May, because they're going to have all their chess pieces lined up, ready to go. Okay, and they're playing with this. Now we've had seismic activity all along this fault line, and even today there was an earthquake in Arkansas, a very small one, but still yet. It's kind of like they're using HARP to test certain points of this fault line to see what they cannot accomplish, kind of like breaking a rusty bolt loose before you can finally just spin it free and take it off. So it's kind of like that. Anyways, I'm going to include this link here in the video details. There's going to be a lot of video details or a lot of links in the video details included that have to do with everything from the NLE exercises that are planned to the New Madrid, any information pertinent to the New Madrid fault line, and anything else. So if you want to look at these, these documents or web pages, please refer down to the more details section. So here it is. This is FEMA's plans to study this fault zone. Now let's move on. Let's go ahead and take you to the national level exercises that they're planning as well. And I think I may have closed that out, but let's go ahead and bring it up and see what we can pull up here. Okay, here we go. National level exercise 2011 fact sheet. Now, see, you'll have to excuse those messages. I apologize. It's kind of odd the setup that I have to make this video. But anyhow, moving on. I want to, like I said, this link will be up there for you guys to download. It's a PDF. However, I want to bring you down to the exercise focus. National level exercise 2011 will simulate the catastrophic nature of a major earthquake in the central United States region of the New Madrid seismic zone. The year 2011 is the bicentennial anniversary of the 1811, now here we go with them 11s, New Madrid earthquake, for which the New Madrid seismic zone is named. NLE 2011 will be the first NLE to simulate a natural hazard. That's bullshit. They want to put their pieces in play. Trust me, folks. NLE 2011 activities will take place at command posts, emergency operation centers, and other locations to include federal facilities in Washington, D.C. area and federal, regional, state, tribal, local, and private sector facilities in the 8 member states of the Central United States Earthquake Consortium. The 8 member states of the CUSEC encompass 4 different FEMA regions: Alabama, Kentucky, remember now, you got Kentucky in here, Mississippi, and Tennessee. FEMA region number 4. Illinois and Indiana, didn't we just have an earthquake up in Indiana, guys? That's FEMA region number 5. Arkansas, which we are having all the birds and whatnot fall dead there too, FEMA region number 6, and Missouri, which is FEMA region number 7. Moving down, let's see if there's anything else. That was the key part of this PDF that I wanted to read off to you. But anyways, you guys can download this and look this up for yourself. But they are planning for this. We already know that Dick Cheney was full of shit when he was at NORAD telling them fighter jets to stand down because they knew what was going to happen. They wanted it to happen. So you guys keep that in mind. Now let's move on to HARP, because HARP is what's causing all this. And Jenny, my friend Jenny, has a very good understanding of HARP and its technology and how it works. And what I want to do is take you here to, let's see, I want to take you to a graph or a little picture that she sent me where she triangulated the 3 different places where animals are falling dead. And it's going to be very interesting to see what I got to show you. So just hold on with me here for a second. And this is in regards to angular correlation. Now, I don't know much about the technical aspects of how you would triangulate frequencies with HARP, but she does. And naming the places where all the animals are dropping dead and whatnot, she came up with this. And she has a very good understanding of frequencies and antennas and things of that nature. And that's pretty much what this describes, is how HARP can triangulate their frequencies. It's going to be very, very interesting, I promise you. Just hold your horses with me, folks. I know this is a little bit frustrating as slow as this is going. Okay. I'm trying to bring it to full screen for you guys here. Just bear with me. Okay, here we go. Now, up here on the upper left, we have the 3 places that have had incidences with dead birds. Gilbertsville, Kentucky. Then you have Beebe, Arkansas. And then you have LaBarre, Louisiana. Now, notice that when you draw a line from Gilbertsville to Beebe, Arkansas, Gilbertsville, Kentucky to Beebe, Arkansas, and then down to LaBarre, Louisiana, it creates a perfect 120-degree angle, the way she puts it. The 3 die-off locations are at a 120-degree angle from each other and define the perimeter of the most active region of the New Madrid fault. The HARP antennas calibrate signals using a 120-degree radiating angle from the center point. The digisound computes comparative signal strength along each ray of the antenna for directional tuning. And then down here she has the miles from each place to each place. And then here is a diagram of the antenna array configuration for DDA software. So, how much of a coincidence is that? You have this 120-degree angle from all points of where we're finding dead animals, and that's how they tune their HARP. Okay? Now, if you will also notice, let me bring up. Oh, my Lord. I swear I'm going to kill this phone. Anyways, let's escape out of this. I'm going to bring you to another image that shows you where BB is in regards to the fault line. So let's go to that. Here it is. Now, this is where BB is in comparison to the fault zone. This is one of the most active regions of the fault zone here. And here you have BB, Arkansas. This right here is the fault line, right there. That is the fault line. You'll see the rugged mountain range right there, things of that nature. That is the fault zone. And here you have BB, Arkansas. And look at what other big cities there are along this fault line. Memphis. Memphis is a pretty huge city. And most of the loss of life, if there were an earthquake to occur in this region, would be from Memphis. And another thing that we have to be concerned about if in an earthquake scenario, which the government really don't want to talk about, is Oak Ridge Laboratories. And Jenny does have a clearance to do any work at Oak Ridge if she's authorized to do anything. So in other words, if she has a project going on and it involves going down there, she's down there. So this woman knows what she's talking about, okay? Anyhow, if they were to have an earthquake and for some reason that structure underneath the mountains, underneath the ground of Tennessee were to be compromised, then we would be dealing with radiation levels that were just tremendous. There's tools and equipment down there that can never come back out of rooms, testing rooms, and see the light of day because they are so radioactive. They just can't open up the rooms. The rooms are sealed shut. They cannot let anything out of those rooms. So you have that to take into consideration. Also, you have a number of nuclear facilities along the along the New Madrid fault line. So there's going to be a number of problems with nuclear reactors, a very big possibility of Oak Ridge Laboratory being taken out. And so now we have to worry about fallout here. So we also know that HARP and along with chemtrails, they can manipulate the jet stream and fronts. So basically, they could manipulate fallout when you think about it. Anyways, guys, I've been telling you it's time to get ready. Well, here's where them chemical suits, Geiger counters, gas masks, and radioactive pills, the iodine pills, and all that stuff comes in handy. Get up on some of this stuff because, excuse me, it's going to help you. Moving on. Let's go down here. I've got some more interesting stuff to talk about. Of course, I have to pull up the right page here to figure it out. Let's go ahead and close things out so I don't get so confused here anymore. All right. So let's bring this up. We're done with this.